Hello everyone, and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today, thanks to HWM Aston Martin, I'm bringing you an in-depth exterior and interior tour and exhaust video for this 2018 Aston Martin Vantage AMR Pro. At the time of publishing, HWM Aston Martin have this, in addition to many of the high specification cars for sale, and all of their contact details can be found in the description of the video. Vantage AMR Pro is a blend between two track cars, the GT4 and GTE, and the road-going GT8, and celebrates Aston Martin's GTE class win at the 2017 Le Mans 24 Hours. Here, it is finished in sterling green paint with lime green livery, and is limited to just 7 track-only examples. However, this car does have the potential for road homologation for the lucky buyer, and in track-only specs seen here, Vantage AMR Pro comes in at 1,465 kg versus the GT8's 1,510 kg. We'll see all the various weight-saving measures as we progress through the video. To view the engine bay, we need to unlatch the catches in each corner of the lightweight carbon bonnet, which actually comes from the Vantage GTE, and then lift it out. The AMR Pro's engine has been extracted from the Vantage GT4, and despite coming from a proven race car, further power has been added now that it is free from FIA regulations. Vantage AMR Pro is powered by a front mid-mounted, naturally aspirated 4.7-litre V8 that produces 500 brake horsepower and 562 Nm of torque, up by 60 brake horsepower and 73 Nm on the GT8, making this the most powerful Vantage from the previous Vantage lineup. This output produces a 0 to 62 mph or 100 km/h time of 4 seconds, a decrease of half a second on the GT8. As a heavily track-focused car, Pro's main aim, thanks to its significantly enhanced aero, is to be very quick in the corners and not necessarily outright pace. The new carbon fibre intake manifold at the top contributes to enhanced performance. Once finished in the front, we can carefully place the bonnet back into place and secure it by closing the catches. AMR Pro is sitting on new front and rear, multi-spoke, lightweight, centre-locking 19-inch alloys. Braking is provided by ventilated and grooved steel discs and Brembo high-performance calipers. Stability comes from track-ready, fully adjustable rose-jointed double wishbones with Coney dampers and stiffened anti-roll bars all at the front and rear. Now we've finished the model overview, we can start the exterior in-depth tour from front to back. At the front, we find a new race-derived carbon front splitter at the bottom to help balance front and rear downforce. Moving up from this, there's a new carbon panel that helps to integrate the lower and upper aero and intake areas at the front. Above this, we come to a new, much larger front intake to help the enhanced engine breathe. This is guarded by the same black hexagonal grille as the road cars. Above and on either side of this, we come to the Xenon HID lights with their inner daytime running light strip. Continuing laterally, we come to the new, wider front arches with their strong bodyline on top. Moving back to the front, we come to the carbon Aston wings and 2 bonnet catches on either side of it. The lime green stripe runs back from it and introduces us to the large, open air vent in the centre of the GTE bonnet that helps the more powerful engine stay cool. This is flanked on either side by 2 smaller yet familiar vents. Moving back, we come to a standard front windscreen with 2 wipers. Moving back from this, the lime stripe continues over the lightweight carbon roof with its dynamic lines on either side. We can now move to the lateral aspect of AMR Pro. At the bottom, there are new, wider, race-derived carbon side skirts to increase ground effect, the front of which flows out from under the car to enhance airflow. Moving up, we find a small side indicator and familiar, strong dynamic lateral body line running through the doors, taken from the GT8, and panels at either end. The lightweight but electrically adjustable carbon mirrors up from these are also from the GT8. Carbon continues behind these in the integrated door handles with their physical key barrels. Moving back, the fuel filler cap is found over the left arch here. It can be opened by depressing the button to the bottom left of the driver's footwell. If this car has the same fuel tank as that in the GT8, it can hold 80 litres of fuel, but if it has the GT4 tank, this is increased 115 litres. Once finished with, the cap can easily be fixed back into place with the light depress. Moving in from this is the rear window, made from polycarbonate for increased strength and reduced weight. Behind this is the unavoidable carbon rear wing that's actually from the GTE race car. It significantly increases downforce over the GT8 and GT4 and is fully adjustable. Below, the lime stripe continues over the standard boot lid that now comes with 2 catches instead of the heavier lock system. The rear of the boot lid comes with the familiar ducktail from the later V8 and V12 versions of the previous Vantage line. Moving to the rear of AMR Pro, the lime stripe continues over the ducktail and finishes as it meets the second carbon Aston logo. Intersecting this is an LED brake light strip, and on either side of the carbon panel below, we come to the rear light complexes with central carbon panels. The new rear arch panels bring in these slight air outlets that can be found to the outside edge of the rear lights. Moving down, if you look very carefully, you can note the very aggressive track-focused camber on the wheels that is fully adjustable. Below this, we come to the GT8 rear bumper and integrated rear view camera, and new, far more aggressive carbon rear diffuser. The new tubular-style titanium exhaust system with GT3 high-flow cats pokes out of this either side of the central fins. Let's hear how it sounds. Now we've finished the exterior tour, we can move inside. AMR Pro comes with the glass-topped emotional control unit from the previous Vantage line that comes with 4 buttons to lock, unlock, flash the lights and open the boot lid, which is unavailable here. Now moving inside, the integrated handles are easy to locate and pull out, as are the GT8 doors with their swan hinges. We can now start the in-depth interior tour with the doors. The door panels are finished in satin carbon fibre and begin with a smooth section that runs into the first door speaker. Under the ridge and indentation, we come to the Dark Knight Alcantara and lime green contrast stitched armrest and electric window and mirror controls ahead. Moving around, we get a better view of the side of the armrest and how it runs under the carbon, with the door release and leather pull ahead of it. The bottom of the panel consists of this ridge with a red light below. As we can see here, the extended side skirt does increase the width to step over, but ingress and egress was still a straightforward process. As this is a brand new car, I was only able to unwrap the passenger's sill, which is topped with a satin carbon plate and central AMR plaque. Then moving up on the driver's side, we start with the Dark Knight Alcantara and petrol cap release, exterior light controls and first air vent. Now sitting in the driver's seat and before taking a look at the wheel, we can view the carbon-tipped manual handbrake. The steering wheel starts with a 12 o'clock marker made from stitching. It's upholstered in Dark Knight Alcantara with a leather interior. Behind, we find the carbon gear shift paddles for the GT4 7-speed Sport Shift 2 automatic transmission that comes with a racing twin-plate clutch and lightweight flywheel. To start the car, the ECU needs to be inserted into its port at the top of the central column. The instrument cluster ahead consists of, from left to right, fuel gauge, analog speedo and small screen, gear display centrally, small trip display, analog rev gauge and engine temperature. Moving right, we come to the fixed display hosting Aston's AMI3 infotainment system, but here displaying the rear AMR screen. The system starts with access to the rear view camera with park assist lines. After this, we come to vehicle status, which offers 2 options: tyre status for temperatures and pressure, and power meter, which can be used to view real-time bhp and torque usage. Navigation comes after, where we find the usual options: navigate, points of interest and map. Media is next for currently playing, DAB digital radio, aux input and settings. Phone comes after for Bluetooth connectivity, call history, contacts list, keypad and messages. Then Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and finally general settings that include language, time and date, rear camera and appearance. Moving down, there are 2 manually adjustable air vents at the top of the satin carbon waterfall central column. Below this we find 2 buttons either side of the ECU port for, from left to right, sport mode, reverse, neutral and drive. Moving down we come to the direct access touch controls for the screen, source, radio and menu to the left, then a lime green and gloss black rotary and back, phone and nav to the right. After this, I decided to try to conserve the battery, so I removed the ECU. Moving down, we come to 2 further control arrays: fan speed rotary, front demist, air direction, driver reading light and trip 1 and 2 controls to the left, rotary for volume centrally and to the right, temperature rotary, AC, max front demist, rear demist, info and passenger reading light, and central celebratory plaque commemorating Aston's 2017 GT class win at the Le Mans 24 Hours. Below this, there are 3 further buttons for, from left to right, traction control off, hazard lights and fog lights. Moving back from this is a lime green compartment, elastic strap with 2 USB and a single aux input. Behind this is a small commemorative plaque, the internal lock and unlock control, a lime green lined cup holder. The satin carbon central column extends back between the occupants and is topped with this slim Dark Knight Alcantara upholstered armrest. On either side of this we find the lightweight AMR seats, upholstered in Dark Knight Alcantara with lime green contrast stitching. The electric movement controls have been removed from the central column, their usual place, and replaced with a bar underneath the seats. Returning to the central column, it extends into the rear, where we find a noticeable shelf and a custom roll cage developed by Aston's Special Q branch. If this was used as a road car, this rear shelf could offer very usable internal storage. The final internal compartment is the passenger side glove compartment. It can be opened by pressing the button to its left, and once opened, we can see it also offers a very usable amount of capacity. We can now move outside to see the car's final storage space, the rear boot. It can be opened in the same way as the bonnet by opening the catches on either side. Once unlatched, the boot lid can be opened by easily lifting it up. The new wing does of course add extra weight, but it wasn't hard to lift up. Looking up, we can see the mechanism and level of adjustability for the wing above. If unchanged from the standard Vantage, AMR Pro offers a total capacity of 300 litres here, and comes with an Alcantara upholstered parcel shelf. Taking a closer look, there's an indented area to the left with a fastening strap, and a significant shelf centrally. Once finished in the rear, the boot lid can be easily brought down and fixed into place with a firm depress, then secured on either side by closing the catches. Now moving back inside briefly, we can focus on the car's remaining features. This lime green stripe mirrors the one on the exterior, and runs between the roll cage and rear view mirror, which is auto-dimming if unchanged, and offers a rear view partially obscured by the roll cage, but not the rear wing. On either side of this there are slim sun visors with vanity mirrors. So that concludes my in-depth exterior and interior tour and exhaust video of this 2018 Aston Martin Vantage AMR Pro that is for sale with HWM Aston Martin at the time of publishing. All of their contact details can be found in the description of the video. Please subscribe for the latest content, and until next time, thanks for watching.